So it is 2014. We're doing David Mamet's American Buffalo in the Touchstone, and it's just a three-person show. We had Jim Ridge bouncing off the walls as Teach. I was Donnie, and we had a Chicago actor named Brendan Meyer who was playing Bobby. And the plot of the show is before the show started, there's been this buffalo head nickel that was stolen, or that was purchased at the store. We get this idea that it's worth a lot more, so there's a plan to go and steal it from the man who bought it. Well, so that robbery never happens. But at the top of the second act, Bobby comes in and says, "I've got a nickel. I got a buffalo head nickel I want you to look at. You want to buy it from me?" And I have this scene with him at the very top, and I don't want to buy it. And I keep telling him, I got other things to do, please get out. And about the time he's going to leave, in comes Teach. And I reprimand Teach for being late. And then Bobby tries to sell the nickel that he has acquired to Teach. Well, in the running of this thing on this particular night, Brendan doesn't say his line to Teach. He doesn't say, "Hey, Teach, you want to buy my nickel? You want to look at my nickel?" Because he's dropped it. He's crawling around the floor and he's not saying his line. And we run out of lines, and Jim Ridge looks at me and I'm looking at him, and I say, "Hey, Bobby, you got something you want to show me?" And he says, yeah, just a second, I'm looking for it. And we don't know what to do. He's not going on to talk about the play and what the play's about. And so Teach is like, "What are you doing on the floor?" And he says, "I'm looking for a nickel." He says, well, forget about the nickel. You got anything else to say to me? We go on. It feels like minutes. It was probably a minute. Finally, Jim Ridge, tells me to give him some money to get out of there, which is sort of how that little beat of the scene ended. And he took off, and we started up with the play again. And it turns out that when Brendan went backstage, he, of course, was beating himself up, but he had to do like a costume change. He had to change his shoes, or his recuffing his pants. They were cuffed up for the play. And it turns out the nickel he dropped fell into his pant cuff, and it was with him the whole time. He just couldn't find it on the floor. It was, that's one of many stories that happened with that show.